are these podcasts? WATP.
So there's a thing that's going on right now where a lot of women are saying, well, listen, we want to be equals, and there's feminists who want everything to be equal, but they're like, but if we're going on a date, I mean, the guy should pay.
Right.
And if the guy wants to impress me, like send a car for me, like be a baller.
Yeah.
There's a lot of girls who've been saying that. And so there was this clip that I saw from Barstool where 3 women were all saying this exact thing. And Brian clipped it and tweeted it and said, this sentiment among many modern women is why our podcast is successful and why men are checking out of dating. Non-traditional women demand men adhere to their traditional gender roles, feminism/equality until the check comes. Men are waking up and no longer want to play. So there's a little bit of an agenda here, I would say, to some degree. I'm going to go ahead and get this started.
Yes.
So I was checking out an episode that happened recently, and so he's going to introduce everyone. And, let's start with the welcome, when he welcomes everybody onto the show and how he introduces his show.
Welcome to the Whatever Dating Talk podcast. Thank you for tuning in tonight. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you're here with me. I appreciate that. We're coming to you live from Santa Barbara, California, every Sunday and Tuesday at 7 p.m. Pacific. I'm your host, Brian Atlas. I'm joined by my co-host, Kiki. She's a bit shy. She's somewhere back there.
All right, so he's going around and having everyone introduce themselves, and then this happens.
Can you guys let me know if the frame rate looks okay, if the audio sounds okay in terms of there's not a desync, or if our... Oh, wait, hello?
I want to say the bit rate's...
Holy shit. Twitch, hello? Is the bit rate scuffed on Twitch? Hold on, I'll pull it up. Chat on YouTube. First off, are you able to load it in 4K? Are you able to load the stream in 4K, guys? And do you have... 1440 only? 1440? Oh, shit. Okay. The bit rate is scuffed apparently on Twitch. 2K, not 4K. That's fine. Does it look good, though, on YouTube? 1440, only 2K? Okay.
Also not sure if you guys sponsored this episode, too.
What's
This
up?
is going great.
Don't. It's later on in the show. Fucking, yeah. Okay. And then Twitch, hold on, let me pull up. Continue introducing yourselves, please, and I'm just going to check in on this. But
What a great show.
Hi,
Yeah.
I'm Shania.
So I'm very familiar with the show. Very aware of it, I should say.
Okay.
It's been around a long time. It has tons of viewers. I see clips. People send me things. And a lot of people have talked about it in the past. But I always see like these little clips where it seems like they have their shit together. So I was surprised when I was actually watching. Because if you're going to do a show that's 5 or 6 hours long,
Yeah.
you got to have your shit together.
There's 20 good minutes. That's
Right.
why that's showing up on
There's
YouTube.
so much of this where the guy is just rambling. He loses his train of thought. I give some examples of that.
The
There's tech
chat is
issues.
saying that Madison's Nazi helmet is pixelating. Can we fix that?
Right, yes. There's a lot of weird things like that, actually, since you brought that up. Did you see this yet, Andy? Did you see them talk to this group of people?
Not this group.
Okay.
No.
So do you know who Madison is?
The girl with the German war helmet.
Is she on regularly?
Yeah, I think she's...
Okay.
She doesn't say much,
No.
but she's always...
She makes these weird faces. I can't tell what's going on with her.
She's there as, signing off on all the crazy shit that he's saying. Basically.
Is that what it is?
I think. She's like the Robin Quivers of the show.
Dave Man Brain says that Brian is a men's right activist. His logic is that men are sent to war, therefore are more oppressed than women. Yeah, and I heard him say that, too, on a couple of things I was watching. And you could say that, but women are sent to war, too. I would just talk about how divorce works in this country. If you want to talk about this unequal balance, divorce.
Yeah.
Let's look at that, because it's fucking insane. Anyway.
It's very hard to argue against.
Very hard to argue against how stupid that is. All right? Let's meet Madison. Now, Madison is a cute little Asian girl. And unlike other Asian girls, not so bright. She's not great on the microphone.
Defying stereotypes.
Hello, my name is Madison. I'm 18.
what's your nickname?
I was just going to get to that,
Okay, my
Brian.
bad.
Also
My
known
bad.
as Archduke.
Archdouche?
Archduke Franz Ferdinand.
Archdouche. All right, your name's Archdouche from
Archdouche.
now on.
I'm 18.
Archduke. Go ahead. You're 18.
You keep cutting me off. I'm 18. I'm a student at SBCC studying accounting.
Rock and roll. Okay, cool. So
He answers a lot of things with rock and roll. Moving on.
1,000%.
I am assuming that she did not give herself that nickname because she didn't even know the words.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he's like setting her up to fail or something, which is interesting. Because she doesn't get involved in the conversations very often. She just kind of sits there.
I can see why.
Well, right. Yeah, good point. All right, let's meet Jake. So Jake's the one guy on the panel. And Jake's got an interesting thing that he's up to.
Hi, thank you so much for having me. My name is Jake. I'm 25 years old. I own a swimwear brand. I also run a community called Irrational Optimism, so shout out to all my IOs that are watching. And I also do sales for one of my best friend's company. It's called Launch Socials, and shout out to Launch Socials.
All right. Now, I don't understand this generation now. Like, everyone owns a company.
Oh, yeah.
And runs a community.
Everybody's a CEO of their own company.
Yes, and you hear that a lot from all of these people. They're just like, well, I'm an entrepreneur, and I do this, I do that. It's like, okay, but your real job is that sales job that you're talking about at the end there, right? Because that sounds like probably what your real job is.
Trying to bury the headline.
Yeah, all this other shit that makes you no money probably isn't like what you do for a living. I don't know. I mean, it's fun to have a hobby. Don't get me wrong. That's cool. All right, so now they go around and they ask about everyone's relationship status and their longest relationship. And most of the women are 22 years old. So they're gonna say, I dated a guy for 9 months once or something like that. Not Liz. Liz is fucking annoying. And this is and I should mention this. The way you get on the show is you DM them through Instagram and request to be a guest on the show. They're not plucking these people off the street.
Right.
These people want to be on the show.
Yeah.
There's a big audience. They want to get on.
And I feel like a lot of people look at the views and the impressions and the numbers, and they're like, oh, I want to get my word out on this show with no research about what they're in for. Because a lot of these girls just get fucking nuked.
Yes.
I want to be popular too.
Right. So this is Liz trying to be funny or whatever, but it's just fucking annoying.
Can't wait.
what about you?
I'm married to the money. My longest relationship was 5 years.
So you're
Married
single?
to the money.
So you're single.
But married to the money, yeah.
So are you
Married to the money.
you're in a relationship with the money?
Yes.
Okay. Does it please you?
Yeah.
Like romantically? Not sexually?
All the way, everything, mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually.
When's the last time you were on a date?
Oh.
Not with money, I guess.
So it's just like, can we have a real conversation at some point? Like,
Yeah.
he played along for a minute. Like, okay, yep, I get it. Do you date men or women? Can you
Yeah.
explain that, please? Like,
You
I
have
get
a
it. You're obsessed with
follow-up
money.
to your one joke.
Right. Yeah. So it's just not working very well. Okay. So a super chat comes in. Now, you remember at the beginning, Brian says, please don't super chat us through YouTube. We don't make as much money that way. This person was not paying attention, apparently.
And then we have Sweet Tooth. Hey, Sweet Tooth, welcome back to the stream. Thank you for all the support last show. Really appreciate it. You dropped like a ton of memberships last show, so thank you so much. That was a super stressful stream for me. It was technical issues out the wazoo.
That seems to be the trend here. Technical issues.
Yeah.
He talks about his computer not working and being frustrated with his computer and all this stuff. Like everything I watch, the same thing.
Yeah.
So this guy comes on with his $70 donation. I did the math in my head just now. I know. Very good.
You're some kind of genius.
And immediately it's just like, yeah, man, last show I had a lot of technical issues. Well, you should be used to that, I would think.
Right.
And then this is where our host, Brian, loses his train of thought. And this is what I mean. Like, so there's a couple things going on here. I like Brian overall. I think he does a pretty good job. But bringing on a bunch of people who don't know how to be personalities on a podcast is dangerous.
Oh, yeah.
It's very dangerous. Like, you don't know what's going to happen. And I'm going to show an example of what does happen when you let idiots have a conversation online together. But Brian's got to do a little bit of a better job of running the ship or steering the ship, I guess, as they say.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, failed
Wait,
society.
DEI,
It's over.
diversity, equity,
and inclusion. Yeah.
Start learning
Okay.
Chinese, guys. It's done. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So what was I gonna say? I don't know. Good times.
Yeah, it's good times. I mean, I want to kill myself half the time.
Jesus.
Did you see Madison's face
Yeah.
when he's like, start learning Chinese? She's like,
Yeah, the thing is, she's doing that randomly all the time.
Yeah, she is.
So,
It's weird.
her and Jake are tripping on something, I think.
Oh, maybe that's what's going on.
Oh.
All right, that actually
for
makes a
them.
lot of sense. All right, so now Vicky starts talking about herself for some reason. Nobody asked her.
Good for you for learning the names of the
Nobody
people.
cares.
I didn't fucking bother. I was like, I can't.
Someone's got to run a show around here.
Bubblehead 1, Bubblehead 2.
Yeah, right.
Well, that's funny because at the beginning, as they're all going around introducing themselves and talking about like what they do for a living, he's
writing it down.
And then never addresses them by name again.
You.
Yeah.
What's your deal?
Right. Honestly,
Hey, Tits McGee, what's your
I
problem?
don't know why he even does that.
Agreed. Would not.
Agreed too.
Absolutely not.
Okay. Just want to check in here really quick with the chat. Is the viewership, or sorry, excuse me, not the viewership, is the video quality okay? Just want to check in. This is our first time streaming at a higher, what's it called? Like a higher quality. So just want to make sure that the chat is, or the quality of the video is okay. One in the chat, if the video quality is okay, there's not any dropped frame rates, the audio sync is fine. Yeah.
The expression on everyone's face.
So wait, but you'd have an issue with the guy who does porn.
He's constantly checking on the tech.
Right. Well, if you want to get into my clips
Sure.
for, real quick, this is another great show where they pay way too much attention to the fucking chat.
Yes.
If I care about the chat, I'll chat in the chat. All right? I'll read the chat.
Show off.
I'll read the chat. I'll type in the chat. What I don't want is some asshole telling me what's in the chat. You know, and that seems to be a staple of a lot of shows.
Well, it's how they make money, though. You have to pay money in order to see the chat on the screen, right? Is that what you're talking about?
Do you?
I think so.
I heard somewhere that you don't have to read super chats. And you still get the money. Is that wrong?
Well, no, that's true. But the reason to encourage people to give you money is if you read the chat. And if you pay $200 or more, then they have an AI voice read it for you. Or for them.
Fun.
I know. We're trying examples of that. It just interrupts the show, and he has to like tell everyone to shut up.
Yeah.
Because someone gave $200. But all right, what's your number here?
Clip 1.
All right.
But let me do a couple of these chats. Oh, we already did this one. Whoops, sorry. So one man to pay.
Everyone having a
one?
lot of fun.
Yeah, what is it?
Apparently, if you sit next to Brian, you have to look
It might
scared.
take a sec. Hold on, guys, just a sec. Sorry. Before I do the super chats, I'm.
Do something.
Is it kind of like a bad look to ask for a dox?
What?
Oh, yeah.
Yes, it is.
Hey, should I dox this? Because what just happened on this one that I found the newest episode.
Yes.
And it picks up in the middle of the stream because these OnlyFans girls got in a disagreement with him and he kicked them off the show and one of them flashed her tits to fuck up the
YouTube
regulations
stream.
for him. So this is the fallout of that. And what he's talking about here now is, that girl that just ruined my show, I should sick all my fans on her and dox her.
Ooh, bad luck.
Yeah.
Not a good move, Brian.
So the guy,
Don't do that.
the guy in the red shirt next to him is going to talk him out of that in clip 2.
Oh, concerned McGee there.
Yeah.
Brothers.
Is it kind of like a bad look to ask for a dox?
Don't.
Not a dox. Did I just? Is it?
Yeah, it's TOS. Don't even mention first name, last name. Don't do that.
Because I mean, I genuinely want to pursue, like, if I get banned, if it has some negative consequences on my channel, that was intentionally malicious. So I would like to pursue some
revenge.
Okay, sorry, no doxing. Oh my god,
you're right.
You just do that privately off stream.
Yes.
Go ahead and still do it, but protocol dictates that you do it off stream so you don't implicate yourself in the doxing.
Right.
Take it from a guy that revenge porned all his ex-girlfriends.
It's still a bad look, but not many as people.
yeah,
people will
people
see.
don't know about it. That's his solution.
So he's talking about the terms of service. They're like, should I do that? The guy's like, it's actually against the terms of service with YouTube. So he's like, he's going to try to fight the chick showing her tits, which is against the terms of service, with doxing her. Which, I mean, it's a double whammy here, sir. I think this is a bad idea all around what you're pursuing.
Yeah, cool down, man.
Yeah, he's fired up right there. Wow.
So I realized that this episode was kind of neutered by the one before it. So I went back to that because I was just like, well, what did actually happen?
Can I see those tits?
Yeah. Are all your clips from that other show?
No, but I do have more of that because there is a fallout, and I don't know if this is related to your fallout or not.
Dude, I think there's a fallout on every episode.
Maybe there is.
Yeah.
Maybe there is. Okay, let me play these clips and then we'll hit yours.
Yeah.
So they're talking about the double standard that exists with men and women about sleeping around. Brian thinks it's justifiable because of all the other double standards and the fact that women are the gatekeepers of sex.
This is every episode, guys.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
I understand. So for some reason, like Jules is on a whole other thing, and she wants to talk about abortion. Oh, yeah, it's like well, that was not the question.
Let's
here.
lighten the mood with some abortion.
Not
talk.
the question, Jules.
But also, I think it's like you have to look at these situations and how unique they are. Like somebody, for example, like a girl in high school at a party, and somebody, you know, she thinks she's drinking something, and somebody puts something in her drink.
What are you talking about here?
I'm just saying that like every situation is different, and so to say like one person is completely responsible.
Wait.
Like you're saying that women are the gatekeepers, right? This is what you were talking about, and I was just coming back to what she was saying, kind of about how like, if we're just talking about abortion in general, that every situation is really unique. That's what I was saying.
Okay, but we can come back to the abortion thing, but what I'm talking about here is the double standard between men and women when it comes to the ease with which both of the sexes can get laid.
Look how uncomfortable everybody is. They're just like, why is she talking about abortion and someone getting drugged at a party in high school? Like, what the fuck just happened here?
I'm talking about how easy it is for women to need an abortion.
Yeah, right. It's so easy for guys to get laid. All they need is a pocket full of pills. Smush them up into a drink. It's just not fair. I was like, that's not what we were talking about at all. So then a super chat comes in, and this is the example I was talking about where AI will read it during the show, and he just kind of like has to interrupt them. And it's hilarious because the super chat's just slamming these women and telling them how shitty they are, and they just have to sit there and listen to it.
I think feminism has contributed to how toxic and horrible our dating culture is, and it's a real problem.
Really?
Yes.
What
Absolutely.
about? You think
Hold on just a sec.
Mike Davis donated $200.
Oh my God, this guy.
Money doesn't
Thank you,
buy
man.
happiness, says the lowlife selling her soul for a few bucks. Would rather be stuck in a septic tank than on a date with Blondie. Plus mute Jules. Her voice is more annoying than a mosquito buzzing in her when her trying to sleep.
Ouch, Mike. That one's gonna leave a bruise.
All right. So he's ripping on Jules, but also Liz, the 22-year-old blonde girl here is not natural blonde, I would say. She described herself as an entrepreneur. She was talking about all these things that she does, and then it turns out she has an OnlyFans page.
You don't say.
So that's what you do. Okay, now we get it. That's the one who's married to
I'm the
money
CEO of my pussy.
or whatever. So I have to say, that is kind of funny that they get interrupted with super chats that rip on them, and there's just like a voice reading it. You just have to sit there and be like, yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know what to tell you. That's what Mike Davis says for $200. Can't stop him from that. Okay, so now this is where things start to fall off the rails. There's a trans debate that begins here, and somehow Jesus is involved in it, because one of the women out here is very conservative and brings up Jesus and stuff.
Can't biologically and physically transition into a different gender. And so, like I said, I have extreme
You think Jesus
compassion.
really cares about whether or not you're transitioning? Is there one time in the Bible where Jesus
Many
sat?
times. He made them man and woman.
Where did Jesus say that? Jesus came to forgive and spread love, like for
Jesus
society.
died for our sins to live in His honor.
And Jesus died for our
Brian
sins
just
for so
leaves.
much. There's nowhere in the Bible where Jesus said
What happened to dating?
Yeah, what happened? Jesus warned us about being too religious. So
So Brian gets up and leaves. He's going to go grab a snack. Yeah. And I think he wanted this to happen. They all just start screaming at each other.
Yeah,
over
the hen
this
house is
debate.
Dating.
yeah, what happened? Jesus warned us about being too religious. So going through and saying He made us man and women.
It's not a religious.
Like,
it's not.
I cannot even believe you said that.
Biological reality.
Okay. So this is where the fun begins right here, obviously. It's getting pretty spicy. So Brian comes back with his, I don't know, he's like fruit or something that he's eating.
His Christ flakes.
And you can see that he is loving this. He is enjoying this conversation.
Most transgenders that transition fully, like their bottom part, do commit suicide.
Yeah, no, that's true. It's statistic.
They do.
You are statistically more likely after you transition.
I'm totally okay with
That's why I think the gender roles are fucking bullshit.
He's over there just like eating his fruit salad or something. He's like looking over to the booth like, I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. They're going nuts over there. He's loving it.
He's lost control of his own show.
Well, he doesn't want to have control right here. He's enjoying this. So here's more of them screaming at each other and more of just the reaction shots of Brian. And, of course, Madison, she's just like, is this okay? Are we allowed to like have them yell
How's
about
that fruit
this?
salad,
Can I have some of that?
Yeah, right.
This is what's
I'm not
ironic.
trying to scream at you, but it's just like, it just feels stupid to me
Wait,
to sit here and be like, okay, you're mutilating your body. You can be a transgender woman and not touch your freaking
Okay, but
genitals.
what's-
I don't care. Like, my pussy's a dick. I can say whatever the fuck. I can believe and have whatever the fuck I want. It's
what's-
their words.
That's delusion.
What's ironic about transgenderism is
I'm not like my pussy's a dick, but like my
the
vagina
exact gender roles
and whatever gender that associates
liberals
with
are
is my
fighting
choice.
against.
Right, he's loving it. And I like that he's just like, I would talk right now, but I'm eating this food. You know, it just so happens.
And then there's Jake, who's not eating and is also loving it.
Yeah,
for
I
some
know.
reason.
Yeah, he's enjoying this too. Just so happens it's snack time. Oh, geez, nothing I can do about this.
5-hour show is a long time. I got a break for lunch.
Of course. Yeah. So finally, he decides to change the subject because, look, we're not going to hash this out on whatever. We're not going to figure out this debate that they're having.
I think that for the majority of it, if we look at the statistics, and the only long-term study done, it's done
Eric,
in
can
Sweden.
you pull up S-Fund really quick? Can you pull up S-Fund? It's one of the Instagram tabs. Okay, guys, would you date this man? Don't show the follower count.
I literally.
Okay, so this is S-Fund. He's a classic Chad, World of Warcraft gamer. Keep scrolling down. Yeah.
He has a girlfriend, no?
No, I don't think so. He's a really he's a cool guy. He's got, look at his flow. He's got really good flow, and he's a paladin. He plays a ret paladin, which, you know, like, not the best DPS, but like he runs his guild.
How would you describe that gentleman that he's showing there and asking the girls if they would date him?
Like
Andy?
a Comic-Con guy.
He's big.
Yeah.
Long
Just
hair.
say bouncer.
Yeah, he's a real big dude. I mean, yes, I can see that he might be into like advanced D&D
Dick
or something.
Masterson's cousin.
A little bit of that.
Yeah.
Yep, I can see that for sure. By the way, I just watched, what's the name of that show based on a true story?
Right.
I just watched the Dick Masterson scene.
Yeah.
He does a good job.
It was great.
It made me laugh when he mentioned the thing was putting his kids through college.
Yeah.
I was like, oh yeah,
It
that's
blew,
Dick for you.
it blew my mind. I was in the kitchen and he came on and I recognized the voice. I was like, what the fuck is happening right now?
Yeah, he was good at it. I thought it was pretty good. All right, so now you just saw clear attempt to stop talking about trans rights or whatever they were talking about. Moving on, changing the subject.
Right.
Vicky ain't having it. Vicky is not done yet. She needs to explain to these idiots that she is on the right side of history.
Would you date him?
As long as he's not prejudiced. Sure.
Wait, I'm so confused.
I can't take the redirect from that conversation. I just have to make a statement and say, you guys aren't even entitled to that opinion.
Yes, we are.
Yes, we are. I think that, yeah, I'm entitled to say whatever.
Okay,
would
well,
like.
you're
topic for a
you guys are just like, wow, like.
So Brian tried to change the subject. Yeah. She's going back to it. So he's back to his fruit salad. He's like, all right, there they go again.
It's just sad to me that there are people who can like think that way and like feel that way. And I know that you think that it's a mental disorder, but people are like transgender people struggle so much more than regular
100%.
people. There's so much science on like.
Just answer the question.
Yes.
Would you date S-Fand?
No, I would not.
I don't know him.
He looked like a nice guy.
I
I'd party with him.
Please just let me like stand up for like transgender people.
No, we're
right
redirecting
now.
the conversation. So, would you date him?
Uh-oh.
What's up?
I just think it's wrong.
Vicky ain't having it.
To like to segue. I mean, like I don't know him. Sure, like I don't fucking care at this point.
At the end of the day, that conversation, like everyone's gonna have their own opinion, and we're not gonna agree. You know what I mean? Like.
Vicky's like, I don't know why we're not still screaming about this. Can we continue to scream about this,
Vicky,
please?
get your own show. How about that?
Yeah.
I thought we were going to solve this issue today.
Yeah, no, we're going to solve it right now.
Yeah.
You're ruining it with this Instagram guy.
No one's gonna ever. We're not gonna get anywhere.
When I use the word disease,
I think
I want you to know that like I really don't think that they're like some disgusting like it's like wrong.
Yo, shut
It's,
up.
like,
I've redirected the conversation. Answer the question.
I just said I don't know him. If he's sweet, sure, but like, why can't I sit here and talk about? I mean, it's your podcast.
Because I've chosen to redirect the conversation. You can either accept that or you can leave. Your choice.
Yeah, for people out there who like are listening to this,
Get out.
I'm literally about to
Get
leave.
out.
Yeah, I'm out.
Get out.
I'm out. And you got to say get out to me, but like.
Peace out.
Yeah, no, he got the
Peace
last
out.
word. I like it. It's his show. I like it. Yeah, me too. So this is funny right here because
I'm gonna get up too, but thank you for having me.
Okay, you can
It's
leave.
nice meeting you.
all right.
Nice fucking
No,
outfit.
you can't stay here. You got to get out.
So Jules took off.
You got to get out.
Oh, Vicky's still hanging.
we drove
Vicky's hanging out.
together.
Now it turns out.
Make it
and I'm all drove together. She's
Yeah,
like,
the
oh
whole
shit.
squad, they
Make it a
came
hat
together.
trick then.
I'm sorry for not taking that, but I had to do that for like family members of mine. Or not. Actually, no, I'm not sorry.
Brian's like, I don't give a shit.
God bless you.
Okay, can you just leave? Like,
Yeah, I'm out here.
okay,
We drove together, so I mean, I guess I have to leave too.
sweet.
Holy
Sweet.
shit.
See ya.
See ya.
It was nice meeting you.
Nice meeting you. Nice meeting you. Drive safe.
Hooter is hanging out when she got up.
Jesus. I thought everything would go swimmingly when I brought up Jesus.
I can't believe that happened just now.
Yeah, the girl in the black just walked the audience.
All right. So that was what I was picking up on, where he was all proud. This is over 3 hours into the show. And so, yeah, if you have 5 or whatever it is, 9 people talking to each other for 5 hours.
That's what happens.
That's what happens.
People get sick of fucking being there. They're
Yes.
like, I got to get on with my life. I guess I'll just disagree with you until you kick me off the show.
Or show my tits.
Yeah.
So Satan's pretty sweet, right? All right, you gotta go. Damn it. All right, so Andy, over to you, my friend. What did you pick up on? What do
All
you
right,
got?
so then I had to rewind from where I started to find out why the show was in the state that it was when I first found it. So in clip 3 here, this is the comment that the hooker says Brian's not hot enough to, not pay for dinner if he took her out.
I see. Okay.
Hold on, just a point of clarification. I said that your problem is that you expect men to pay, yet you do sex work. What I'm trying to get at is you have a rather traditional stance on who should pay, yet you are quite non-traditional.
Okay, and my problem is that you expect girls to go halves on the first date and you're not even that attractive.
Okay, ad hominem.
I don't know what that means.
All right.
So he's using debate 101 Latin on an OnlyFans girl. And, you called me ugly, so ipso facto, you're kicked out. But so that's why, they get where they were going, because she said that. And clip 4 is her actually getting kicked off the show.
Because I saw something else where he was talking about how he goes, I had to kick a girl off the show because she said I was a 3 and I consider myself a 6.
Yeah,
I thought that was kind of a funny line. I don't know what to say what or not.
You think I'm wrong because of my physical appearance to want to split the bill?
I think she was saying that.
Or do you want to walk back what you just said?
Do you want to let her answer?
No. It's the words came out of your mouth. She's not going to defend
Yeah,
you.
but
Go
my
ahead.
mouth goes on her pussy, so she knows what I'm thinking.
How's that make sense?
You're not a sex worker. You just don't get this.
So he's trying to have an intellectual debate with
an idiot.
fucking moron.
Yeah.
Yeah. And she's like, "Oh, you're a fugly idiot. Fuck, you're jack off."
What are the?
I'm trying to have a conversation with you.
What was the thing your brother sent us this afternoon? Apparently, this guy's at Target.
Oh,
there's a lot of people not happy with the format of the show.
Yeah, the cringe of the week one where that ogre said she was a 10.
Yeah.
Somebody got a hold of that and was just like, "Oh my god, I can't believe this guy told a room full of women that they're not 10s."
Oh well, that's stupid.
Okay, did you watch the clip?
Yeah.
I mean, but
most rooms full of women are not full of 10s.
You'd be shocked to learn, Carl, that a lot of women have a problem with this show.
Yeah, well, right.
Yeah.
But they put themselves in this situation. That's why I pointed out they have to go through and say, hey, I want to be on the show, and then get chosen for it. He's not just like, it's not Ryan Long walking around and just fucking with people on the street.
Yeah, right.
Just for S's and G's. These people are coming into the studio to sit there for 5 hours and say dumb things.
Right.
All right. Do you have more on this?
I think it goes back to the other one. In clip 5, he decides that he's got to rethink the whole format of his show because guess what? OnlyFans girls are kind of unruly and unreliable.
Okay, that makes sense.
I think I need to seriously reconsider inviting girls who do OnlyFans or who do sex work to be on the show. on one hand, that's never happened before, but like, there's no way like a chick who's in college or a chick who has a legit job, no offense, is gonna fucking flash her titties. But a chick who does.
So you've got your paper that we had to. Honestly, I didn't even read it, so hopefully I'm not too fucked on that.
You
own all my content,
all your children, your firstborn son. Yeah.
You should just require, like, hey, listen, I need to take a photo of your ID. And for you, it's I need to prove you're 18 to be here. I need to take a screenshot of your photo ID.
Yes, you're right.
Do that.
Shit. Well, in the future, hey, guys, in the future, we're going to have them put their ID on the appearance release, and we're going to...
Yep, that's a good move.
Yeah.
So once I kick them off, I could dox them.
I was going to say, why not just pre-dox them? Why not just, like, when you introduce them, tell them the address, cell number?
That's exactly what they're talking about.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's kind of fun. I'm going to do that with guests at WATP.
You're right, yeah.
Yeah.
But in clip 6, I think this is the last one from this episode, he's just at loose ends. And, bro, I got to tell you, bro, it's a real bummer, bro.
Oh, no. Poor Bri.
Fucking, like...
Childish.
So fucking childish. She's like fucking with my business there, bro.
Yep.
Delete this shit. Oh my god, bro. I kicked her, bro. I don't know what to do, guys. It showed. I think we have to end it, and maybe we have to restart. I don't fucking know, bro. Millisecond, bro.
This is such a huge show that makes so much fucking money, and it's so unprofessional in every single way.
Oh, God, yeah.
It's bizarre. I wasn't expecting that.
Right?
That was the part that I was taken aback by. And I'll say this. When I started watching the show, I was actually... I forgot I was clipping for one of these podcasts. I'm like, this is interesting. You know what I mean? And then I'm like watching like folly after folly, and I'm like, oh, I should be fucking clipping this shit. Holy shit, I forgot. That's what I'm supposed to do. So I was watching this other episode, and they're talking about a hypothetical. Would you rather have a 21-year-old girl who slept with 100 guys or a 31-year-old girl who slept with 6? Okay? That's so they're talking about body count, or what's the word for it?
Yeah, that's what they call that.
That's what they call that. How many people you've slept with. All right. So now they have this girl, Mary Morgan, on. And Mary Morgan we've seen on the show before when Vito was on. She does a show. She hosts a show called Pop Culture Crisis. She's a weird-looking girl. But she's on like Tim Pool's network. She does this show. So you might recognize her.
Me?
Yeah, I go for
100 dudes? Okay. That's like, no, that's
I mean, I'm just like...
You're like a jaded war vet at that time. Like the next dick doesn't even matter.
6 is a lot too. Like, I think 6 is a lot.
Yeah, but it's not 100.
It's not 100.
It's not 100.
That's what we're talking about.
But
it's body count.
At some point, I feel like you reach a certain place and then it just plateaus. Like
that's what I'm saying. Like a jaded war vet. Like after
I feel like it's sooner.
What's it called? The 1,000 cock stare.
The 1,000 cock stare. Like it's just like all the same thing.
All right. So this hypothetical I thought was odd, where Mary Morgan's just like 106. It's still a lot either way. Like, well. They're all like, no, that's 31-year-old with 6 people they've slept with is not a lot by any means.
Yeah, you're a virgin. You don't fucking know.
Well, that's why did you know that already?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Because then they go around the room and they ask everyone what their body count is. Now, the chick on the right here with the fake red hair, and she's like a dweeb. She's really into like Japanese culture and stuff. She's like, I don't know, over 50. I don't know what my number is. It's something crazy like that.
You mean today? Or?
Yeah, right. She can't keep track, obviously. So then they go to Mary, and she wasn't ready for those.
Mary?
I didn't know I had to answer, but it's 0.
Yeah, it's 0. Okay.
The slut at the end is just like, what did she just say?
Do I have to drink?
What the fuck?
She's like, are we all going to point and laugh? Or
yeah, she looks like seriously taken aback by this. Like, what's going on over here? Wednesday has never fucked anyone? What's up with that? So, again, another example of Brian kind of losing it. Like, broadcasting for 5 to 6 hours at a time, I think would be pretty difficult.
Okay, what were we talking about? I don't remember.
The body count. No.
So 6?
Yeah, that's a number.
A real answer?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, all right.
Wow. And by the way, this was a clip. So they have another YouTube channel that's just clips of this show because the shows are so long. So they put together these like 12, 13-minute long clips. And this was good enough to be a clip of the show where the guy's like, all right, what are we talking about? What's up? And he's just staring at them, and they're just like, I don't know.
With 2 housewives and 2 porn stars.
So one of the housewives said that she's had 6, and he goes, is that true? 6? She said, well, that's why I said that. So then it turns into a whole Clerks thing where she's like, well, does sucking a dick count? Because then the number goes way up. All right. So now this gets super awkward after she mentions that.
1 point for oral sex. What's
I'm not
it?
giving that number. You got to give more info on your number.
On me?
Yes.
I'll tell you guys my body count. How about this? This is like the dumbest.
So stressed out.
Does it include how many dicks you've
becoming
sucked?
like a slumber party?
What's that? I think the best answer is how about we sleep together and then you can tell me what you think it is after we sleep together. That's a
No, I understand. It's like how much experience you have.
How about you decide? You can. That's stupid.
Is that a proposition? Stupid.
Is the proposition?
I think he's literally trying to fuck that chick.
Yeah, sounded that way.
Hey, I got an idea. You want to know the answer? How about we go bang in the back right now, and then we'll talk about it.
And then it'll be that number plus 1.
Yeah, right. How about we make it plus 4 today? Who's with me over here?
Well, it's kind of fucked up that he insists that they tell him, but he doesn't.
Well, he doesn't
disclose
insist.
it.
What he did was he went around the room, and then if someone's like, I don't want to answer, he goes, okay. And he moves on.
Oh, okay.
Because the name of this video is, if body count's not a big deal, why won't you tell it? Why won't you disclose it? So it kind of like makes you think for a second. You're like, maybe it is a big deal. Because I was thinking about, and I'll ask you guys what you think about that hypothetical, a 21-year-old with 100, a 31-year-old with 6. I mean, obviously, we got to figure that everything else is equal. So, producer Chris, I'll ask you, which way are you going?
Well, I'm 51, so 31's nice.
Yeah, for me, that's young.
Yeah, come on.
Take the 30 and 6.
Yeah.
So you're going.
I don't want to sound that old, but 21 just seems a little young to me now.
Yeah. All right, should I change
And
it?
100 sounds like a lot.
Yeah, and my daughter's 31, so it's all weird.
I guess it was interesting. That hypothetical was
Chris,
interesting
you
to
wouldn't
me.
fuck your granddaughter? What are we talking about?
That hypothetical was interesting to me
Haven't met her
because
yet.
it's like a lot of mileage, but a newer car. Like it was a rental for 2 years. It's got 100,000 miles on it.
I get the
But it's,
quandary of
it's
the
only
question.
18 months old. You're like, oh well,
Right.
Or you get an older car that no one ever drove. It just went to church on Sunday. You're like, well, that's
reliable.
Yeah, it's probably in better shape and stuff. But I guess it also depends on what your goal is. If you're just looking to get laid, it's going to be a lot easier with the chick who's already had 100 guys. The girl with
That
6 is
wasn't
going to
the
be
question,
Oh,
Carl.
what is the question? I don't know what the question is. Anyway,
I want a tighter vagina, thank you.
I think that answers the question right there. Andy, let's finish it up, buddy. What else did you pick up on?
Okay, so after those couple of clips, I realized that this show is just people getting kicked off. It's just people hitting a point where they've had enough or they disagreed enough.
Yeah.
So clip 7, this is like incel Jerry Springer. And Brian is just like kicking people off. And, they call it rage quitting. But sometimes people are just like, I gotta go. You rage quit.
My ride's here.
Because you didn't last 5 hours.
What were you actually saying though?
I said, I'm so bored. And she said, let's go get Chipotle.
It's kind of rude, don't you think?
Well, I think it's kind of rude to be asking a woman to explain something that she's explained so many times.
You're on a dating podcast.
We're on a dating podcast.
And
Mary,
you think that you're dating,
You're
comparing it to like
not
up for discussion.
Mary has a point. Like, I'm on a podcast where men are begging women to explain themselves, and I'm complaining about how women are having to explain themselves constantly. That is kind of like dumb.
Oh, so Brian's butthurt because somebody called the show boring.
It does get boring.
Oh my God, tell me about it.
And I think Brian knows that.
Yeah. So right into clip 8. This is her getting fucking kicked out.
Yay.
Let's see who's butthurt rage quitting here.
So bad.
It's really not. You're the one who made it all.
It's been bad the whole time, and I'm sorry.
It was bad when people started disagreeing with you.
Coming on.
Sorry.
It was my fault.
Okay.
Well, you
see
can
ya.
go, really.
You can leave. Get up. Leave.
You're shaking too now. Hey, we're both shaking.
Okay.
Wait, you literally can't hold your camera.
You can leave. You can leave.
Wait, what?
I thought she said you were shaking.
No,
I was
okay.
checking on you.
What?
No, baby.
Hey, get out.
I gotta give her my number first.
Rage quit.
She's leaving. Okay. quick.
Wow.
I'm trespassing you. You now have to leave.
You want to stay
Get out of my studio. Hey, get out.
I can't give her my number.
No, you have to leave.
Why now you got my
Damn.
number?
Get out.
Can you give her my number?
Yeah, right.
When you're Mary's like, oh, rage quit. Meanwhile, Brian's like, get the fuck out. You're trespassing now. Get out of my studio.
Yeah, that was a little bit of an overreaction, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It happens all the time. You'd think you'd be a little cooler about it.
Well, of course. I guess that's what he's going for, right? Because you get all of these random people. Some are conservative, some are liberal, some are older, some are younger, and they're just like, "Hey, what about dating? Aren't chicks the worst?" And you're like, "Well, this is going to turn."
Well, I'm a
But
chick,
they're all
so
stupid.
No. Yeah.
Yeah, this is going to turn into a negative.
I like how she
conversation.
took her time, like when you get kicked out of class, and you're like, "Oh,
Yeah.
I got to get my pencil and my notebook and."
Kicked out of class. Look at this guy. Like he's never been kicked out of a bar.
Yeah.
Way more recently, you're getting kicked out of a class. Jesus Christ. Maybe you don't remember, but. All right, you got one more on here?
Yeah, I got one more. There's see the guy in the suit, he's on a lot of episodes, but then there's this other dude, Chase, who basically if you typed date rapist into an AI, this guy would come out. And thanks to YouTube, because now they're just doing like clips for us.
Okay.
So this is basically they consolidated a 20-minute segment down into a 1-minute segment for us. And this is some woman flipping out because Chase thinks that the Bible only says it's a man and a woman and trans people don't matter.
Oh, boy. Here we go. More religious talk.
Yeah.
Was it Norm Macdonald, just as an aside, talking about being a date rapist isn't the worst thing because at least you got the date? Like, being a rapist is way worse than being a date rapist. Like, well, she wanted to go out with you.
There's a nice dinner involved.
Yeah, right. He had some charm going.
Green Lantern said, Chase, would you rather smash the hottest trans woman in the world or the oldest woman in the world? The oldest woman in the world, because then I wouldn't be gay.
You really just want me to just rip you a fucking new one. I swear to God.
Are you like... Chase,
Yeah.
how dare you be transphobic?
Yes, actually. What the fuck do you mean? Yes, that was so
Because if I had sex with a trans woman, I'd be having sex with a biological man.
Because
I'd be gay if I had sex with a biological man.
That's not gay.
That's
And I don't
gay.
even care if you're doing this for like whatever, but like shut the fuck up. Actually.
Why don't you make me
That's
shut
too
the
far.
fuck up? Because I have an opinion that differs from yours.
She's right. I mean, that's really hateful,
She's not. She's not. A trans woman is a biological man. Sue me. It's true.
From a biological woman who doesn't even have any trans friends, that was too fucking far.
What?
A man of God who doesn't judge a Christian, yeah.
Yeah, you know what God said? It said He made them man and women.
Okay, suck a fat cock.
I just told you I'm not gay. I'll pass on that. Thanks, though.
You shouldn't bring up cock at that point, really.
The next time somebody asks you that question, just say no thank you.
Who are these podcasts?